Welcome to Deep Heights. My name is Deborah. We're going to do a reading this evening, and we're going to get started. I'm not good at introductions, so let's just go ahead and do this, okay? That's fine. Alright, so we have two cards. We have Pushing Upward and the Creative. This is beautiful. So with Pushing Upward, the determination of self, the body is the temple. This is gate 46. We have the creative, self-expression. Creativity is rooted in unique direction, gate 1. I like this because I actually just bought The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem from Nathaniel Branden, and I've read some of his other works, The Psychology of Self-Esteem, and I think it's The Psychology of Romantic Love. I think, but The Psychology of... Anyway, Nathaniel Branden was a student of Ayn Rand, who I love. So, what is self-esteem? Self-expression. What is the self? Creating the self. What does that mean? That's the purpose of life, is to create yourself. To continue to create yourself. The body is the temple. The determination of self. In this day and age, self-determination is almost non-existent. I mean, you can have it at the national level, talk about national self-determination of states and the political arena, international relations, the way we organize ourselves as human beings in our government systems, our nations and states. That's a different thing. But the body is the temple. And it applies for that too, because the nation is like the body. We talk about the body politic. You know, as sick individuals, if we are sick as individuals, our nations are going to be sick. Our governments will be sick. So when you look around at the world, and you see a sick world, it's because we are sick as individuals. Jupiter's just gone direct in Capricorn. I can't think of any sign more driven and determined than Capricorn to push upward in creative ways. Because I talk about, because in a Nietzschean sense, how he talks about how important it is to go to the depths. But anyone can go up. That's true. And not everyone can go down. And that's just as true. The depths of ourself, of our being. But just as we want to explore our own depths, at the same time we want to go forward and explore heights. We want to go up as well. It's good to remember that. We need different views in life, different scenery, seeing things from different perspectives. Because how are we ever going to know ourselves if we only see it in one way? How do we ever know ourselves? Are all the different versions of ourselves? Is it possible? It's very, I don't know, existential. Let's get a card from the Halloween real quick. To accompany these on our journey upward. I keep hearing that song Secret Separation from The Fix. The two cards are trying to come out here. Oh, that's interesting. So the first card that is flipping over is invisibility. Authenticity. And what came out, what wanted to come out, what slid out of my hand is the owl. Interesting. Owl energy. Wise seeing and wise action. Owls tend to represent darkness. They're a night bird, but they represent hidden abilities, psychic abilities, and they are messengers of the dark, and usually they're unseen. How often do you see an owl? They're reminders, messengers, to remind us of what we already know, that it's within us, here. Communication. Spirit wants to communicate with you, to help you. This wise action here. Jupiter and Capricorn. That would be wise action. Capricorn would demand you know the lessons. Jupiter is willing to teach. Jupiter and Saturn are both wonderful teachers, teaching in different ways, but both demanding. Interesting. As you move forward and as you move upward, there's going to be a need for quiet, for invisibility. And this would be like a secret power here, to be able to move unseen. Whatever actions that you're taking as you move forward and upward, there's a need to do it not necessarily quietly, because you can make noise and not be seen, but unseen, invisible. Interesting. I want to go to the fairies. I have a new deck that I wanted to use, but the fairies are kind of calling. What have you to say, Faye? What have you to bring to this reading? How can you help us to understand where we're going, and what we need to go there? Because if we need to be invisible, there's an element of danger. Creative ways. There will be obstacles. There are obstacles. We'll get to those. But you have this owl who sees in the dark, whose head can move, in different ways. And this owl is intense. It can see closely and from far away. Their vision is very keen vision. So on the bottom we have the Journeyman. This is card 15, the Devil. Capricorn. But this is also like the Fool. But I feel like this is Saturn here, holding you up, being a good teacher, a good master. Because Saturn is a master. He's a taskmaster. He is a master. He doesn't have to be your master and you the slave, but he's helping to make you a master on your journey. This would be like Jupiter and Capricorn softening Saturn a little. Saturn, poor thing, he gets a bad rap. Saturn likes love. Saturn can be soft. So we have Indy, and we have the Bodacious Bodak. These are obstacles here. Indecision, doubt, self-doubt, a little paranoia. I'm picking up a little mania here as obstacles for yourself. Some instability. Here, talking about the body as the temple. Our body is going to feel whatever we put into it, whatever information that we're taking in from the outside world, and food, energy, people that we're around. Our body, we're a reflection of that, and of course of our past. Could be genetic, but I feel like there's mental illness actually here. Breaking yourself out of bondage from these tendencies from our genetic lines. Jupiter is I want to say adjustment, but it's art. But Jupiter adjusts as well. She's adjusting, she's tempering here with Saturn, helping you on your way to move forward creatively. Having everything you need right here like the Fool on your journey. These parts of yourself are hidden. These tendencies that you have to mania, to doubt. There could be abuse of substances here. Recovery. I want to get an animal spirit, and then we'll move into tarot. This is intense, and yes, it's intense, but it's also calm and soothing and soft energy, like you're in a safe space. You are protected. Can we have an animal energy, please? Who's here with us on this journey? It's pushing upward. We have a unicorn on top of this stack here. Below that, we have the hummingbird. I always think of Virgo. Precision. I love the precision of Virgoan energy. I admire it. I have Moon and Mars in Virgo, but I know Virgo sun people who exhibit this energy very easily, this Virgoan energy. That's just what they are and who they are. It doesn't come as naturally to me, even though I feel the need for it. I admire it. A little tangential, sorry. Alright, so we have unicorn. These moons are important. The full moon. This invisibility, this hidden, there's talking about this, something that's hidden. When we see the moon, there's always the dark side, the other half. Always for me when I see this card, or generally, I think about spirit, and that this card doesn't speak in words, it communicates in symbols, through symbols. That your symbol literacy needs to improve. How you do that? Michael Tsarion is a good start. Jordan Maxwell, there are numerous others. Those are just people that I watched many years ago, who helped me to begin to understand symbols and how they're used against us. Deciphering. This is a cipher, this card here right now. And you're going to need to be creative in your ways to break the cipher on your journey, to get upward. I also feel like it's not just going to be a matter of moving up a hill. Like as you push upward, there's something you're going to have to break through. You're going to have to break through something. And it's not going to be hard. It's actually going to be soft. But because it's soft, it moves, you know? You're going to have to be sharp. When a Capricorn, those horns, there's something that you're going to have that sharp. Here, actually, you have this stick. It's going to call for you to use that masculine energies in yourself. Needing something sharp to break through. Fucking A. The unicorn has one big sharp horn to break through. That's interesting. And I don't feel like it's piercing the veil either, to where you would be destroying something. But we've always got to destroy something to move forward, to make progress. Because we have to end, and it's almost like birth, like a birthing. Very strange imagery that I'm getting. Even the hummingbird has this sharp object. But with this card, it's the need to be precise. That you don't destroy everything else to get out. Like you wouldn't be able to destroy, like when a sperm fertilizes the egg, it gets in the egg. But this isn't about a fertilization of you getting in. This is about you getting out. That makes sense? I know it makes sense, but how it makes sense to you will be different than how it makes sense to me. Okay, 20 minutes, we have a full tarot. That's okay. Just be a long video. I have a lot to say. We have a Knight of Discs. Virgo. Natural wisdom here. The natural proclivities for moving through nature. The difference in the squares. Being able to move in any direction. Knowing the darkness and knowing the light. I want to ask how you are interacting with nature. What's your relationship with nature? Something about this doesn't seem right to me because it reminds me of Coraline. There's buttons for the eyes. And there's a button hanging off of its eye like you can't see. But, you know, one eye, it could also be like Odin. You know, his eyes pulled out so he can see. You know, or Set, I think, loses an eye. These themes. So you can see in the dark and see in the light. In the underworld. One eye in the underworld and one eye in the overworld. You need that, but you have the owl for that. Maybe that's what you're piercing. You're wounded. There's something with this being pierced. Breaking out of yourself. The rabbit is Mercury. The mind, intelligence, knowledge, creativity as well. feel like this energy that you need to break out of doesn't like me talking about it, you breaking out of it. Wants to keep you there within, you know. It's like being in the womb to keep you there. No. You gotta get out of it. Wow. Talk to me about this unicorn. Let's get one more for this unicorn. Two of Wands. This deck is fascinating. I feel like you could be tricked, like in Coraline, where you would think you would be getting out, but you're not getting out. Like how this is just an image of someone else. You know, usually the Two of Wands is about with others, knowing the direction that you want to go outward, not staying the same. This is just a reflection of who you already are. That's not what the journey is about. The journey is about growth. Death on the bottom. She's taken a bite of the apple, of the knowledge, you know. She knows, you know now. You're in control of this journey. You're in control of how long you stay in these incubated states. Yeah. And if it is the state of like being in the womb, of this real feminine, passive energy, like Coraline, you know, that spidery other mother, you would need to be quiet and invisible on your way out. And we do need that because it's part of ourself, because we're our own worst enemy. We keep ourselves trapped. We get in our own way because we don't want, it's scary. It's scary, like, if you want to talk about like the ego or the part of yourself that, I don't know, like the chattering monkey part, the bad part, the negative part, that wants you to stay with it. It doesn't want you to grow and learn and move forward because it's afraid that it's going to lose itself. Like we're so afraid of death because we're afraid we're going to lose consciousness and we're not going to have life. You know, that's what it's like. You're afraid of this change, this death. You're being held back. And they've all got pointy hats on. There's a need to be sharp here. Yeah. Here's the Magician. I just got this deck today and I was looking at it. I thought it was really interesting. You see the Magician here? Look at this Journeyman. Here. It's got this stick with the oh, there's a mask here on this. Just give me a second. Feel like you need to escape. You need to free yourself. Here there's a bird in a cage. Just heard that song, Louisiana, from the church. Empty birdcage in her room. Free yourself. You've got to. Jupiterian energy is about creation because it's about the art card. That ability to create the life force within us. That movement to push us, propel us upward. I really just did another reading. I was talking about the bow of Sagittarius. That it needs to be pulled back and released to go upward. You know, the determination of self, your self-expression. We haven't gotten into that yet because I feel like there's all this energy of oppression. Let's move to the fourth deck. Okay. Let's talk about this self, where you're going. Now that we clearly see you need to go somewhere. The Knight of Discs. We have the Knight of Discs. Right down there. Here it is again. You're going up and out, and you're protected. This Knight of Discs is very strong, very wise, very learned, seasoned. He understands the cycles of time. He understands death. As the trees, you know, this is a card of winter here. She's in the snow. It's cold. She's going to in hibernation, right? And this is coming out of that here. We would be in spring, even though this is Virgo and it's the fall. The sun is shining. King of Swords on the bottom of there. It's creative mind with the will. Strength of mind, strength of spirit, strength of body. Movement. Feeling like yoga could be good for you. With your body being a temple. Tai Chi, Qigong. Something where you're moving your body and you're feeling your energy. It's very important. It's going to help you feel creative and understand the energy the way that it feels, to understand how Qi feels. Your life force, the life force of nature, heaven Qi, earth Qi, life Qi, who you are. And then being able to manipulate that energy, because you can make it sharp or you can make it soft. Bruce Lee, it'd be like water. Water can sting. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going on this journey? What's ahead? May we know that, please. Show us what we need to know. It's an owl here. We have death in the bottom of there. The Ten of Discs and the King of Cups are reversed. You're going to have to leave some things behind. You're going to have to leave what you feel of emotional safety behind. And you might take some hits. You might take some losses. You might have some instability for a while. You know, but the journeyman is like the fool. He has everything he needs right here. Right here, baby. In his heart, in his mind. And he knows that the universe is going to meet him. He isn't afraid. He has everything that he needs. You know, we have the magician here, the ability to create everything that we need. The wisdom and the knowledge, fortitude, the strength, the cunning, a little bit too here, to go out and get what we need. To work with the universe, to work with what we've got. But you're going to have to let go of what makes you feel safe. You know, Ten of Discs is also a home. Business is wealth, lasting wealth, our legacies, things that tend to last, generational. Not that you're going to go bankrupt and you have to lose everything and throw everything away. It's not necessarily what I'm talking about. Because I feel like this is emotional. Just changing your relationship to those things. Is it real? Is it authentic? With this invisibility card, it talks about authenticity. Referencing Coraline, the other mother, that world was completely false, and authentic, fake. It wasn't real. Maybe the world that you're living in now is not real. Or you've outgrown it. Perhaps you've outgrown it. Going towards truth, to maturity, self-determination. What does that mean? That means sovereignty. It means no one else can tell you who you are. That you don't need anyone else to guide you. That you are confident in your own self, in your own ability to make decisions for your own life. That you don't need the mother figure or the father figure to constantly guide you. And it doesn't mean that we reject them or their teachings. We don't reject that, but we're able to stand on our own and creatively use what we've learned to move forward and express ourselves. This is creativity rooted in unique direction. Your own direction. Let's get a gypsy card. Because I feel like this owl here wants to say something. Gift on the bottom of the deck. Spiritual gifts. You have spiritual gifts. The gift of sight. It could be clairsentient. Some psychic ability. Trust your instincts. Your dreams are important. Dreams are very important. Fire dreams. Go into the fire in your dreams. Friend. The owl is your friend. Something there. Young woman. Present. That's what it is. This is this feminine energy, this toxic feminine energy that will keep you prisoner. that would hold you captive. That you would think as a friend, the other mother, it comes across as very sweet that it's your friend, and it isn't. And I don't think that this is literal. This isn't a literal person. This is a part of yourself. And I hope that you understand what that means psychologically about freeing yourself from this prison, this toxic feminine energy that we all have to come through, that's reflected in our world. You know, this owl wants to help you to see that. Take action on it. Feminine energy is usually receptive. Masculine energy is it exerts energy. It moves and it pushes upward. It's creative. Getting into your yang energy, understanding that, working with that. It's going to be very important at this time. I really hope all this is making sense and has tied together. Let's close with the sister. What have you to say, sisters? Wisdom. There's that butterfly here. It's change. It's death to one way of being. It's flight. September 30th through October 27th. It's Libra season. We're coming into Libra season. Think about adjustment here. The ivy. There's an arrow coming straight up from here, from this crescent. This feminine, this balanced feminine energy where this masculine energy can move straight up, pushing upward. There's a need to balance that as we come into Libra season in the next few weeks. The next couple of weeks will be in Libra season. Butterflies, they go into this cocoon, you know, this womb, you know, and they have to pierce it to get out of it. You know, if you've been going through a change, don't stay stuck in the dark. You know, give birth to yourself. It sounds weird, but it's follow the symbols, follow the signs, listen, pay attention to your dreams. Work with Saturn. Find out what house Saturn is in your chart. Work with him. He's your friend. Good luck.